being lifted up to come against Gog and Magog. Verse 2, it says, But thou, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall come forth unto me that is to be a ruler of Israel. Those who subscribe to the New Testament will say this is Jesus. And I will agree. Whose going forth have been from old, from everlasting. Verse 3, Therefore will he give them up until the time that which she travaileth have brought forth. Then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel. Anytime you see the word travail, it's talking about Jacob's trouble, where it says that Jacob shall travail like a woman in her birth pains. Each month a woman is in her birth pains, and her birth pains increases and intensify right before she deliver the child. Verse 4, it says, And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord. This is the Messiah. It says, And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God. And they shall abide, for now shall he be great unto the ends of the earth. Now this is key. Look at this. Verse 5. And this man, which is the Messiah, and this man shall be the peace when the Assyrian shall come into our land. So this is the Assyrian coming to the land of Israel. And when he shall tread in our palaces, then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men. So this Assyrian figure is treading down the palaces, the houses, and all that. What we read in Zechariah chapter 14. He's oppressing and afflicting Israel in the latter days. It says, And this man shall be the peace when the Assyrian shall come into our land. And when he shall tread down in our palaces, then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men. So not only is the Messiah is going to be fighting this Gog and Magog Assyrian character, but 7 principal shepherds and 8 principal men. Watch what they do next. Verse 6. Oh, I'm at verse 6. So basically, so I'm at Micah chapter 5, verse 2. So, basically this is talk about a Messiah figure that's being raised up
Right.
to fight against this last.
Read the verse. I'm sorry. I
Okay,
know.
okay.
I know you read 2 already, but I know where
Oh,
you
yeah,
at. You
yeah,
at
yeah.
6. So read 6.
So no, you know what? I'll start at verse 4. It says, no, verse 3. Therefore will he give them up until the time that which she travaileth have brought forth. Then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel. Remember, verse 1, she's travailing because she's being laid siege. By who? We're gonna see who's besieging Jerusalem in these latter days. Watch this, verse 4. It says, And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord and the majesty of the name of the Lord his God. This is the Messiah, and they shall abide. For now shall he be great unto the ends of the earth. This Messiah figure is going to be great unto the ends of the earth, because everybody going to know who he is once everything is established. Verse 5, watch this. And this man shall be the peace, the Messiah, when the Assyrian shall come into our land, and when he shall tread in our palaces. He's treading down the streets of Jerusalem. It says, Then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men. So not only is the Messiah is going to defeat this Assyrian, but these other saviors that's being raised up. Watch what they do in verse 6. And they shall waste the land of Assyria with the sword, and the land of Nimrod and the entrances thereof. Thus shall he deliver us from the Assyrian when he cometh into our land, and when he treadeth within our borders. So here it is, while we in Jerusalem, Gog and Magog, aka the Assyrian, is coming into the land, treading down the houses of Jerusalem, the palaces thereof. Now you have the Messiah that's rescuing us. He's kicking out the Assyrian and 8 principal men. And not only does he defeat the Assyrian, he then goes into their land and destroys the Assyria. Nowhere in history has this ever happened. So what we read in Zechariah chapter 14, when we see these nations coming against Jerusalem, it says that half of the city shall be taken, the women shall be ravished, the houses shall be rifled, and there's going to be another captivity. And then it says, then shall the Lord go forth and fight against these nations. We read in the
So quick.
same message.
Quick question. So
Mhm.
Assyria never fell the first time.
Yeah, they fell many a times, like Babylon, rose and fell, and then eventually it fell and never came back. Assyria, at one point in time, rose and fell, then
Right.
Babylon defeated
So
them.
wait 1 second.
So that's
Right.
a.
So wait 1 second. So
Mhm.
Babylon defeated them. So when they went into the northern kingdom to take the children of Israel, and I forgot what verse that is. After that, they didn't. After they, when the children of Israel came back, they didn't fall the Assyrians at that time and never came back.
So okay, so I agree with you, but according to this passage, Assyria is gonna raise again. And you wasn't here when I was saying, if you type in ancient Magog, you see it's the same geographical locations of Assyria. That would be Lower Turkey, Northern Iraq, Iran, and Syria. That makes up Magog, aka Assyria. Go ahead and Google it. You will see the same nation. So Gog and Magog, like I said, when you read Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 17, the Most High said this to Gog. Aren't you of whom I spoke to by all the other prophets that I will bring you into my land? See, Micah don't say Gog and Magog. He called them the Assyrian. Daniel don't say Gog or Magog or the Assyrian. He called them the nation of the north. Why? Because Assyria, Gog, and Magog is nations of the north. It's the same exact character they talking about, but it's just called by a different name. And I said it earlier. At one point in time, Africa was called Cush. Then generations later, it was called Ham. Then generations later, it was called Africa. The same geographical location, but called by a different name by different generations of
I
people.
understand.
So this Gog and
I
Magog.
just believe that this done already happened already, to a certain extent. So I understand what you're saying, but like it says, like in Micah 5, when you start reading down more, it says, where was it at? Verse 8, because you didn't get down that far yet. You stopped at 6,
Oh
right?
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh,
Right.
you know
So
what?
it's a,
My phone about to die.
it's cool. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people
Mm-hmm.
as a dew from the Lord, as
Uh-huh.
the showers upon the grass. The tareth not for men, nor waver for the sons of men. Verse 8. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in
Mm-hmm.
the midst of many people as a lion.
Look what they
We
doing.
not we not a lion among the beasts in the forest, right? As a young
Yeah.
lion among the flock of sheep. So who if he go through both trinneth down and teareth in pieces, and none can be delivered. Now
You
check
see
this
what
out.
Jacob doing? Uh-huh.
Now check this out. Thy hand shall be lifted up upon thy adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off. This hasn't happened yet because we still got
A hundred
enemies
percent.
today,
I agree.
right?
I
So
agree. This is future.
so now wait 1 second. And it says, I will cut off witchcraft out of thy hand, right? And thou
Mm-hmm.
shalt no more no more more no and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. The graven images also will I cut off. Our people still got graven images to this day. And thou shalt stand images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thy hand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my daughter's getting active. And I will pluck up the groves out of the midst of thee. So I will destroy thy cities, and I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have never heard. So,
You see that?
so,
That's the
so
judge. That's what I'm saying. We see the judgment of Assyria, which would be Gog and Magog, and you see the Most High is judging all the heathens that haven't happened yet. That's what I'm saying. This prophecy we read in Micah chapter 5, you see Assyria coming to the land, you see him being oppressed and afflicted by the Assyrians, you see the Messiah and 8 other people beat the Assyrian, and not only do they beat the Assyrian, they go to Assyria and destroy that land, and then you see what we just read, the Most High is not only a judge of Assyria, but judging all the
now wait,
nations.
now,
That's what I'm
so now wait
saying.
1 second. I'm
Mm-hmm.
understanding what you're saying on that part, and I see what you're saying. Now, when you get to Obadiah 1, it said it has the same verbiage, right? For the day
I
of the
agree with
Lord
you.
is near upon all the heathen,
Yes, sir.
right? As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee, that thou reward shall return upon thy own head,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm gonna jump down to verse 16. For as ye
If
have
I
drunk
if you,
upon.
I was gonna say if I leave the app, man, is my phone. It's 2%. For some reason, my car charger is not charging it, so it's stuck at 2%, man. Like for a whole 30 minutes, so it might die on me, man. So just to give you a heads up, I'm not just like bouncing, but it's just my phone. I try to start my
No,
car up to charge it, but it's just on 2%. So it's now 3%. So I'm just, it's charging
nah,
real
it's no.
slow, but it's going up and down right now. So just
No,
to
it's
give
no
you a
worries,
heads
no
up.
worries. Nah, no worries, no worries. I appreciate the bill though, because I gotta take care of the little one anyway. Unless somebody else want to pick up the bill, I'm pretty much gonna shut the room down.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah, I'm gonna have
saying?
to go as well too, bro. But yeah, man, I appreciate the bill, bro. I didn't mean to take over, man, but you were engaging, man. So
Nah, it's all good.
I
It's all
just
good, King.
but
Nah, I appreciate it.
yeah, but other than that, bro.
Again on the topic because this is one of the favorite things that I like to talk about, eschatology. So Definitely, you know what I'm saying. I try to get the Ottawa Yawasop to come in here, so he, you know what I mean. He got more eschatology than I do when it comes to the text. You know what I'm saying. So that's why I had pinged him in the room so he could kind of build with you because I knew I would have to take care of the little one. You know what I'm saying. So,
Yeah, I thought I
but we,
seen him in a room. I thought I
yeah, he
seen him
was
in
in the
here.
room, but something happened because he was building with you for a second, and then something
Yeah,
happened. And he
yeah.
had to get off probably, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying. Let
All
me
right,
up
bro. Well,
King.
yeah,
Wait
yeah,
one
yep,
second.
yep.
Somebody, wait one second. The brother wants to come up, but I don't see him in the audience. My phone is acting crazy, bro.
Yeah, I see him in the thing. Yeah, I don't see him in the audience. Go ahead, pull to refresh to see if that refreshes it. Here he is. He's up
Oh
here.
yeah, there you go. Y'all what's up? Shalom, King. Y'all wish him Shabrakatah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, there we go.
Hold on, give us a second.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But I was gonna say like, man, I'm gonna get back on here tomorrow, or if y'all still on tonight, I'll get back. Cause yeah, I do gotta go, man. I'm still at my job,
Hey,
so I gotta finish up
like
here.
him.
Yep,
Baba
yep.
Kashat. Let me get 10 seconds with you real quick. 'Cause I remember
Okay,
building with
okay.
you in another room over Daniel 9. I don't know if you remember me, bro, because I changed
Yeah,
my,
yeah. I
my,
remember you,
my
bro.
picture.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so check
Peace
this
and
out.
blessings to
This is
you,
what
bro.
I think. And appreciate you for letting me on, King. You know, I mess with you heavy, Zakaria. Check this out. Where I think you are getting askewed with your eschatology is that you're failing to realize when the context changes in the middle of the chapter. You feel me? When you talk about Revelation 20, you're doing the same thing there. But for example, Micah 5 and 1, when it's talking about O daughter of troops laying siege upon us, when did that take place in your thought process?
That haven't happened yet.
Okay, so we differ on that. I'll tell you that's 70 AD.
Yeah, I disagree. Yeah,
Okay,
Khan.
now check this out. Now what else happened in verse 2? It says in Bethlehem Ephrata, right?
Correct.
You're saying that's Christ being born, right?
No, I don't.
What
No,
do you
I
think that
believe
is?
so. That would be a king that would come from the lineage of David.
What king is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't
He's
know?
called the branch in Jeremiah and Isaiah. He's called the
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it alike?
that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I'll
He's
bet if you
called
don't know, then we're completely like, what are we doing here? We're freestyling. This is Freestyle Friday. This is Rap City in the '90s, but we're just kind of winging it.
yeah,
We
yeah. So that's
you gotta know
yes.
that Bethlehem Ephrata has to be in existence at the time, doesn't it? It has to be one of the smaller villages in Jerusalem where this guy comes from, correct?
I yeah.
That's
I
a fact.
And
so
it
yeah.
has to take place, and he has to be born sometime around when this siege takes place.
So
You get
hold
what I'm
on,
saying,
brother.
brother?
I don't know if you was in here earlier. So yeah. So I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. If you wasn't in here earlier, you won't understand. So
Okay.
basically,
I'm asking you who it is.
yeah,
Who is that in verse
yes.
2?
So this is what I'm saying, brother. According to Zechariah chapter 14, and what we read here in Micah chapter 5, our people will be in a land when this figure called the Assyrian or Gog and Magog, which we read in Ezekiel chapter 38 and 39. So when it says that this figure is going to be raised up in Bethlehem, Judah, that will be the Messiah. That will be
Okay.
that
So
will be
okay,
the Messiah.
I
That
actually heard you. I heard
yeah,
you saying that. So I want to be
yeah,
clear here.
yeah,
You're not going to tell me who that is in verse 2, Micah 5 and 2. You don't know,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's what
You're
I'm
saying
saying.
it's the future.
Yeah, yeah. The whole
When
chapter is
Bethlehem,
future.
so there's going to be another Bethlehem Ephrata in the future. You're saying.
Yeah, it's going to be the king that is going to be coming from those
No.
geographical
I'm asking you a
locations.
specific question. There's another Bethlehem Ephrata in the future. You're saying
Well,
there would have to
that's the
be,
only
right?
one. You know, what do you mean another one?
Well, it says
What
that he's going to be born in Bethlehem Ephrata, a very small
exactly?
town in Jerusalem. So you're
Yeah.
saying there's going to be in the future there'll be a
Hmm.
Bethlehem Ephrata, right? That's what you're
Correct.
saying, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Now let me ask you this: you said the Assyrian. When you
Hmm.
say the Assyrian, and then you say Gog and Magog,
Hmm.
who's with Gog and Magog, and what war is this that you're talking about? What war is it?
So this will be the last war that will come against Jerusalem and Judah
So this
in
is
the latter days.
Jehoshaphat you're talking about. This is Jehoshaphat.
Correct.
Okay, so how many nations come against Israel and Jehoshaphat?
So when people look at the word all, it doesn't mean like every nation on the planet. It's basically the surrounding nations. So you got Gog and Magog, according to Ezekiel chapter 38, put Libya, you got Africa, and then you're also going to have Ammon, Moab, and all the other nations, surrounding nations. Different uh, Micah, Jeremiah mention other nations as well. It just doesn't mention Gog and Magog. Some prophets just mention Gog and Magog and other nations, but some other prophets name them by name. So all the nations that surround Jerusalem to this day. So that's Ammon, Moab, Edom, and then you got the outer nations, which would be Gog and Magog, Libyan foot. Although they surround nations, they're a little bit further away. So you got the
Okay,
interior
okay,
nations, the exterior nations.
okay. I can walk with you on that. So
Yeah,
Zechariah talks about this war, right?
correct.
And where are you quoting Zechariah talking about this war? In 14?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So hold on,
Okay.
man.
Do
I
you
gotta put
read
my
it also in
charger in
chapter
here.
12? Do you read it also in chapter 12?
Yep.
I'm not. I don't want to sound like I'm kind of hyped, bro. But you said you only have a couple minutes, and I know what it's
Yeah,
like to be
yeah.
at the gig. I know what it's like to be at the plantation while you're trying to make something else
Right.
happen. So I'm trying to just be swift. So
Yeah, yeah.
do you read this also in Zechariah 12?
Hold on, because my truck is gonna start beeping because I can only have it on idle for for 5 minutes. I'm trying to charge my phone at the same time. So hold on. All right, hold on.
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
me
yeah, what's up? He was teaching that
give
12
me
and,
30
and
seconds.
14, you know what I mean? 12 and 14 is kind of running together. They the same thing as
All right,
far as
there we
what he
go.
showed
Yeah, yeah,
told
yeah.
me.
Yeah, so yeah, Zechariah chapter 12, Zechariah chapter 14, speaking of the same event that's going to happen in latter
Okay,
days. Yeah,
great. It's talking about the same event,
mm-hmm.
right?
Correct.
So when you're talking about Zechariah 12,
Mm-hmm.
and let's just say 2, verse 2 and
Okay.
3,
Right. Okay.
what do you see? What is happening here, and how does it relate to what you're saying uh, from chapter 14?
All right. So here we go. So let's get it here. All right. So verses what verses when we read 2 and 3. So behold, I will make
I mean, I could
Jerusalem
read
a
it for you,
yeah.
and you
Oh,
tell me
I can
what you think.
I can read it. I got it here.
Okay, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about when they shall be in the siege both against Judah and Jerusalem. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. Okay, that's the two scriptures
Okay,
you want to read. Uh-huh.
okay, right, right. So, what does that mean that there'll be a burdensome stone to the people, to you?
Oh yeah, so they're gonna slaughter those people. The same nations that's coming against her is gonna Jerusalem gonna be a burdensome
Got
stone.
you. I
We,
got you. Okay,
yeah,
so you do see that. You do see that. So, but is
right,
this where
right.
you're trying to say that it's only going to be Judah there? Is this
Yeah,
what you're
according
using to say that?
yeah, so according to this chapter and what we read also in Zechariah chapter 14. But I'll say this because there's examples where when we are coming out of Babylonian captivity, you had some tribes of Ephraim, not the whole nation, but remnants speckled here and there, and they were coming to Jerusalem. It wasn't the whole nation. So I'm not saying that none of Ephraimites or none of the 10 tribes will be in the land, but I'm saying as a nation according to Zechariah chapter 12 and 14, that all of Judah is in the land. And until, some of them be
And
taken
not,
into
and you're
captivity.
saying the rest of the tribes are not, right?
Yeah, because it goes with Ezekiel chapter 39, where we see when Gog and Magog has invaded the land, there's Israel
Right.
that's in the land. And then you see after that war, you see another wave of Israelites being brought back into the land. Like you see another wave of Israel. He says the whole captivity of Jacob, according to Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 25. So that means all of Jacob wasn't in the land when Gog and Magog came. But when they were defeated, the Most High said, I'm going to bring again the captivity of my people and have mercy on the whole house of Jacob. Because the whole house of Jacob wasn't in the land when the nations came in the land to come against her. That was my point.
Okay, so I disagree with you on that. So you believe that he's not going to bring the whole house of Israel back to the land at the same time.
Correct.
Right.
I believe
Okay.
that. I believe in the second wave. when the second wave of Israelites come is going to be the Judah that was scattered, according to Zechariah chapter 14, and then all the rest of the 10 tribes, the northern kingdom. That's when they'll be brought back after that war,
Okay,
because we
so does God do they bring them under the new covenant without the rest of the tribes being there?
so that would be that's a whole nother can of worms, because
Actually, it's not.
again,
I'm just saying, does he bring them into the new covenant without
yeah,
the
so
rest of the
yeah,
tribes being there?
no, the new
Okay,
covenant. Oh, yes. So let me say this. So when we read Jeremiah's chapter, was it 31, verse 31, where we see that the Most High is making a new covenant with Israel, with both houses,
got you.
Judah and Jerusalem. So
That's
that's
right.
when, yeah, so that's when all of Israel is in the land and they're established as a kingdom. Um,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Well, okay.
yeah.
Can I read something for you really quick? Because I
Okay, go
think
ahead.
you got something. Your chronological order for your eschatology is a little off. I'm going to take you to Ezekiel. Let's stay in
Hmm.
Ezekiel chapter 20. Okay,
Okay,
and I'm going to
yeah, go
read
ahead.
about 3 verses here. I'm going to start at verse 34, and it
Hmm.
says, "I will bring you out from the people, and I will
Hmm.
gather you out of the countries wherein you were scattered."
Hmm.
And I'm looking at this as the whole house of Israel here. You're saying this is just the southern kingdom?
Yes, I'm just saying it's other kingdom, just from the prophecies
Okay, and
that
it
we
says,
just
with a
read.
mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out.
Hmm.
It says, I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face,
Hmm.
like as I pleaded with your
Hmm.
fathers
And
in
I'm
the
not saying,
wilderness.
yeah, again, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm not saying that none of the 10 tribes will be in that gathering,
Yeah,
but
but you're saying most of them
yeah,
aren't, and
yeah,
they're not
most of
all
them
together.
aren't. Correct,
Okay, so
correct.
check this out. Okay, so check this out. This
Hmm.
is where I would have to have you reconcile this. And in the
Hmm.
wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith the Lord God, and I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I
Hmm.
will bring you into the bond of the covenant. This is that new covenant from Jeremiah 31:31, right?
I disagree. I disagree with
So
that.
what covenant is this?
So the Most High, now that we're entering back into the land, He's bringing us back under the covenant He made with our fathers when we came out of Egypt, because now we are obligated to keep the laws that we couldn't keep in the land of captivity. There were certain laws that pertain only to the land of Israel. When it comes to
So what
the
covenant
sacrament.
is this? What covenant is this?
So I mean, this is just a covenant. I mean,
So
I won't
so
say
we
covenant.
got a couple more covenants to go through before we get to the one from Jeremiah 31:31.
So you're at Ezekiel's chapter 20. Look what happens when the Most High establishes covenant with us. Continue to read real quick. So look.
This is what I'm talking to you about,
So
brother.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
where,
So
okay, so check us out. Check us out. Verse, I'm gonna keep reading. Verse
yeah,
37.
continue
I will
reading.
cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. This is the
Mm-hmm.
new covenant. This is the
Uh,
covenant from Jeremiah 31:31,
Go ahead and
brother.
continue to
And
read.
they're not even in Israel yet, because they're still
Mm-hmm.
in the wilderness. And it says,
Mm-hmm.
I will purge thee from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me, I will bring them forth out of the country wherein they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and you will know that I am the Lord. So the Most High is going to purge out the Israelites that are
After
not
after
going
he
according to plan.
after he
And
made a covenant with them. So that's what I'm saying. Because
no,
remember when
you
we
know, no, hear me
what?
out, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out.
Okay, let me just say this real quick. Go ahead.
He's purging out the rebels,
Mm-hmm.
and then those that are willing to follow, they are going into the new covenant, and then they enter into the land of Israel. So you're saying that he's entering this new covenant here is just for the southern kingdom,
Let's read it again.
and he's
Let's read
only
it again.
gathering the southern kingdom that was scattered?
Brother, okay, let's read it again. Look what the passage says. So
No,
verse
wait.
34.
Please just answer my question really quick. So you're
Yeah,
saying that the
yeah,
gathering that takes place here is only certain tribes that are scattered all over the earth, right?
correct.
And then he's only entering into a covenant here with just those few tribes that were gathered, and the rest of
Cor-
them haven't been gathered yet.
Yeah,
And then there's going to
I
be another
disagree.
covenant
Yeah,
after
yeah,
that.
I disagree
Okay,
with that.
okay.
Yeah, that's
So
wild. That's
yeah,
wild. That's wild. And I'd like you to show me there's
let's
going to be more than one covenant done after this here.
Okay, so let's get this passage. So we're in Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 34. Look what it says this. Look what it says. Oh, so we're gonna
Yep.
read let me see. Okay, verse 34. And I will bring you out from the people, and I will gather you out of the countries wherein
Wait,
you
wait,
are
wait, wait, wait.
scattered.
I'm sorry, my friend, my friend. I'm listening. Go ahead, go ahead. Matter of fact, go ahead. I'm sorry. Salakia.
Okay. Okay. So
My phone. Go ahead, go
um
ahead.
okay,
Do your thing.
verse 34. And I will bring you out from the people, and I will gather you out of the countries where ye are scattered, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. So that's the same thing he did to us in Egypt. Because remember when the Most High was testing us in the wilderness, when he told us to not gather any of the
Definitely. I agree.
bread, bread,
I
manna,
mean,
and he didn't judge us. He didn't judge the people. And he went to Moses. He said, "Look, these people are not listening." They And then after he went to Moses and said, these people won't hearken to my voice. Then he made a covenant with them, and then when the Most High made a covenant, now they were bound to what was in that covenant. Meaning that if your sin was worthy of death, it was worthy of death. That was the covenant that the Most High made us in the wilderness. This is the same message. It's a different message in Jeremiah chapter 31, because when the Most High made that, when the Most High makes
whoa,
that
whoa, whoa,
covenant
whoa.
with
I'm
us.
sorry. I feel like you're just
Hold on, I'm gonna
spiraling right now.
hold on.
How,
I'm
where is
gonna
this?
wait,
Where are you reading
wait,
this?
wait. I'm gonna read. So I'm just getting my premise. So verse 34, Ezekiel chapter 20, because verse 34, it says, "And I will bring you out from the people, and I will gather you out from the countries where ye are scattered, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out." Watch this. "And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness in the land of Egypt, so I will plead with you, said the Lord your God." Hold on. I gotta turn on my truck
That's
again, because
Hosea
hold
2.
on,
That's Hosea 2. That hasn't
hold
happened
on,
yet.
hold on. Let me
Right, Hosea 2.
plug my
It's the
phone.
same place
I'm
of
gonna
Hosea
continue to
2.
read.
It hasn't
Okay,
happened yet.
so here it is. So verse 37, "And I will cause you to pass under the rod and bring you into the bond of the covenant." So watch what happens once the Most High bring us into the bond of the covenant. Verse 38 is going to tell us, "And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord." So once the Most High makes a covenant with these people, now they are bound to the covenant, the same covenant that our forefathers were bound to once they was messing up in the wilderness. When the Most High put them under the covenant, and then when the people were sinning, he was killing them. So we see the same message here. But when we read in Jeremiah chapter 31, we will not sin. The Most High said from the least to
Okay,
the greatest. When the Most High make a
Eliakim.
covenant, wait. When the Most High makes a covenant with us in Jeremiah chapter 31, we don't see no judgment. Everybody from the least to the greatest will know him. Even to our seed, there's no judging, there's no purging. But when we clearly read in this passage, when the Most High makes a covenant with our people, now he's starting to purge it, because now they're bound to. The Most High said he said that he's going to plead with us like he did with our forefathers. When the Most High made a covenant with our forefathers when we came out of Egypt, when it was under that covenant and when it was breaking it, they were being purged. We see the same message here. The Jeremiah chapter 31 is not the same covenant we see here, because there's no purging after that covenant is made. But in this covenant, we see the purging is being made. But with that,
Okay,
man,
okay.
I do gotta go. I
No,
have
no,
to
no, no.
go, bro.
Hold on,
I've
Eliakim.
been,
Hold on,
bro.
Eliakim, because you
I,
just said a whole lot. You just ran on a whole
hey, man,
tear. Let me
I
just
do have
respond
to
to you.
go,
Don't stop.
bro.
Just give me a second. Just give me a second,
Yeah,
brother.
because
What you're
I'm
saying
on a
is,
timer, man. I'm on a
bro,
timer
then
here.
why? Let me. Come on. You
I
just put
was,
out a whole lot there. Check us out, Eliakim. What you don't
I
see
got
here.
90
What you
seconds.
don't
90
see. Okay.
seconds.
What you don't see is in verse 37. It says, "I will cause you to pass under the rod." What does that mean, Eliakim?
The same rod that we were passed under
No, no,
when we
no, no.
came out
What
of
does it
Egypt.
mean to pass under the rod?
The rule of law, the Most High's judgment,
When
basically
you
the
have a
covenant.
when you're a shepherd, and you
Exactly.
hold up a staff, the sheep
That's
follow. So what it's
it's the
saying is the people
it's
who
the
are under this
covenant.
covenant okay. Let me say this alike.
Go
They
ahead. Go ahead.
are listening. They are following. This is the same covenant in Jeremiah 31:31. Just like, but you are correct when you're likening it to the situation before. Okay, because after he put us into the covenant, how many of them got to see the promised land? besides Joshua and Caleb,
I mean, that whole
right?
nation was killed off. It was
Okay,
just their children.
okay, so check it out. They're purging out the rebels the same way here. But go to verse 30 and tell me who the Most High is talking to.
You talk about Ezekiel chapter 30?
Ezekiel chapter 20 that we're in right now, verse 30. You said this is just for the southern kingdom. Who is he talking to when he's running this whole thing down? Who is he talking to in verse 30?
Okay, so again, I don't
No,
know
I'm
if you was
asking you,
here.
who is he
Wait,
talking
I'm
to?
going to answer your question. I'm going to answer your
I'll
question,
just
and
read
then
it, brother. I'll just read
wait,
it.
wait, wait,
He
wait,
says,
wait,
because I
wait,
know you
wait.
don't have that much time. Let me just read
Yeah,
it, brother.
because
It
you wasn't
says,
here in the room
wherefore
earlier with.
say unto the house of Israel.
Hmm.
This is not talking just to three tribes. This is not talking to three tribes and a few scattered other Israelites. This is everybody that's it's in this wilderness. This is all of us back together again. And the ones who don't want to, who are the goats, they're gonna be purged out, and the ones who are the sheep are gonna go into the land. Let's talk again, Eliakim.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I want to build with you on that because what brother Zechariah, he, and I'll pull up some passages. He also agreed just because it says the house of Israel is not referring to the whole house, it could be referring to Judah. And we can see that coming
So
out of
you, wait, wait, wait,
Babylon.
But
wait. Just
wait,
because it
wait,
can do
wait,
that
wait,
doesn't mean
wait,
it means
wait.
that here.
Right.
Okay, but okay.
And that's wait 1 second to like him, and that's what I was trying to tell you. It's based on the context. And like the
Oh,
brother just showed you, when it says house of Israel, because I showed you this in Ezekiel 37,
hmm.
it's talking about all of the tribes. You're eisegeting it saying, oh yeah, because it says house of Israel, is just referring to Judah. You're doing that to the text. That's what I
Okay,
was trying to tell
we
you.
can we can build. You know, I'm definitely if y'all gonna be on tonight. Like I said, I'm finishing up work, so if y'all here in about 30, 40 minutes, I'll be back on. If not tomorrow, I got all day tomorrow. So
Good,
yeah, I'll
y'all.
be on if y'all on.
Good, y'all. What's up? It's on you, King. Good.
But yeah, but peace and
Amen.
blessings, man.
Amen. And peace and blessings, man. Enjoy your night, King. You dig? I see what you were saying, my brother. You were trying to say that you're trying to be honest with the text and say there are times where it says this and it means that. That doesn't mean that every time it says it, it means that. You know,
I
it's
agree
like
with you
the,
100%. I agree with you
it's the
100% on that.
context.
Not
So
every
we're
time.
gonna we'll build on it. I'm glad you let me up on the stage, brother. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Most High willing, we'll do it again, King. And it's good to see some of these brothers I was out there tabernacling with. So hey, all praise to the Most High.
Ah.
All praises, bro. Peace and blessings to you, brother Zachariah, man. Thank you for bringing me up, man. Brother Yawasop, man. I heard you, your doctrine before, man, and I listen. Like I said, I although I don't subscribe to the New Testament, man, I still like to fellowship with my brethren, man. We can still learn from one another, man. So uh,
Exactly. If the truth is the truth, it can be
right,
questioned.
right,
You know what I mean? And
exactly,
it should stand
exactly,
up to questioning. You dig what I'm talking about? So all
right,
praise to
right,
the Most
right.
High.
All praises, bro. Peace and
Eliakim.
blessings.
Peace and blessings, King.
Yep, peace
All
and
right.
blessings, bro.
I know you about to set this room down. So hey man, all praise to the Most High. The water for letting me up, King. We're gonna talk again. Okay, go ahead. Go
I
ahead. Go
know
ahead. Yeah, yeah,
Eliakim
yeah.
probably gotta go, you know what I'm saying?
He gotta go.
Yeah, it's no
Yeah,
big
he
deal.
gotta go.
You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. So yeah, yep. That was a great build between you and him because I see the points that you're trying to get to, you know what I'm saying, and trying to hash out because like you, I disagree with his eschatology. You know what I'm saying? The brother said that it's gonna be another Gog and Magog that's gonna rise up after Christ subdue all the nations. And I don't see that in the text, King. but
Right.
but go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, yeah. You know what? And I was on the real. That's what really that at that point. That's where I said, well, let me see if I can get up on the stage. But I think y'all had to refresh or something because let me check this. Out. Let me read this one scripture real quick, just for if there's anybody listening. You feel me? Because after Christ comes back, ain't no round twos. You remember Kendrick said that to Drake? He said, "Ain't no round twos." After Gog and Magog get it the first time, ain't no round two. You dig what I'm talking about? So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 11 verse 15. And it says, and the seventh angel sounded. This is the seventh angel trumpet. This is the seventh trumpet. And there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdom of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever. Ain't no get backs. Ain't no we went and ate our Wheaties and pumped some iron and we're gonna come back and fight again. It ain't happening. You know.
Khan, King Khan. That's a fact, man. Once Christ come, He gonna beat and subdue the rest of the nations, and it tells us that in Revelations 2. He gonna break them into shivers. He gonna beat them with
Yeah.
a rod of iron. He's not talking about just a few nations or a couple of nations. He's talking about all nations. That's why it says that his garment gonna be red, because he gonna be like he walked through trotted through a grapevine, trotted through grapes, because that's why his garment gonna be red, because he gonna subdue all the nations. Ain't no nations gonna come up after Christ do what he do. There's no way. There is no way. Megan, Gog and Magog gonna get it one time and one time only, and that's gonna be the end of that. And then, like Obadiah says, all the heathen in 115, all the heathen gonna be judged, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
they gonna either get down or lay down. You know what I'm talking about?
Right, right. They're gonna get down to lay down. They're gonna get down to lay down. And the ones who won't get down, they gonna lay down. They're gonna be broken into shivers, like the scripture talking about. And then the ones who will lay down, they'll go into slavery, And it says that he was in Zechariah 14. If you go to verse 16 of Zechariah 14, it says, "It shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem gonna have to follow the law." And that's when we get into that Isaiah 2, that Micah 4, where they're all following the law. They have to, they may go off here or there, they may sin here or there. They're not like the Israelites who are perfectly sinless, but they are going to have to follow the law or suffer, curses. I mean, they're gonna suffer the curses anyway, because that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna be under subjection, and ain't no getting back. They're gonna eventually, after that 1,000-year reign, maybe they go back to their own lands or whatever. But ain't no second round to this fight. Once Christ comes back, it's over. And that's where he's got it wrong. He's reading Revelation 20 with that Christianity dogma.
Yeah, because that's he try to say that Meg and Gog, that Gog and Magog is another Gog and Magog. It's not the same Gog and Magog from 38 in Ezekiel. And I was trying to tell him, like, yo, I don't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at Isaiah 14 and 1, it tells you that all of them gonna be the ones that survive, gonna be maids and handmaids. You know what I mean? And they're gonna be
Right.
let's just read it. Isaiah 14 and 1. Let me just get it real quick, because I didn't get to it yet. I was just trying to just walk with his understanding, but yeah, his understanding is a little, his eschatology is off. You know what I'm saying? So Isaiah
Yeah.
14 and 1, it says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel." He used the same terminology to say that the house of Israel and Jacob now is going to come up, and this is going to be all the 12 tribes. Nah, that the mercy of Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. This is all 12 tribes. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. So this house of Jacob is all 12 tribes.
You know that.
Verse 2, and the people shall take them. Who's the people? Jacob shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them. The whole house, all 12 tribes is going to possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors. All right, let's get to it. Verse 3, and it shall come to pass that in the day of the Lord shall give thee rest on no sorrows and the fear and from all the hard bondage therein. And I land with that because that's real explanatory. And my little baby acting up over here. She like, what? Shut up. I'm trying to go to sleep.
God. God. And you know what else? That I'm just going to read verse 7 real fast. And it says, "The whole earth is at rest and quiet, and they break forth into singing." Once they have righteous rulership, ain't gonna be no fighting back. Ain't gonna be no coming back from that. They gonna at that point they're gonna have to follow the hierarchy, and that's Israel reigning over them. I love Isaiah 14, man. That's a good way to end this one,
Gone. Yep. All praises. All praises. The water for everybody for joining. You already know y'all what's up. You gotta come in more. You gotta come in more of these rooms, man. I'm gonna be pinging you in these rooms, man. When I open these rooms, man. You know what I'm
King.
talking
All praise
about?
to the Most High.
All praise to
God,
the Most High. Everybody that got them pink tickets, trading those pink tickets. We get ready to shut the room down. I want to thank everybody for coming through. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai.